gospel.
Let me give you an example again that I think shows how people can misunderstand what's going on here. I've been teaching in either a Bible college or seminary now for over 30 years. I've taught theology, I've taught preaching, I've taught hermeneutics. When I teach hermeneutics in particular, one of the things I will point out is that none of us is a blank slate when it comes to interpreting the Bible. We all come to the Bible with a particular perspective, presuppositions, a particular worldview.
Right.
And I will say something like this. Danny Akin cannot help the fact that he comes to the Bible as a white male married who comes from the Deep South, who has rock solid convictions and commitments about the supernatural worldview, about the inerrancy and infallibility of the Bible, and who is committed to Orthodox Christianity and finds his own worldview in terms of theology well reflected in the Baptist Faith and Message 2000, the Abstractive Principles, the Chicago Statement on Biblical Inerrancy, the Danvers Statement on Biblical Manhood and Womanhood, and the Nashville Statement on Gender and Gender Identity. And so I said, I acknowledge that that's who I am. I suspect that I read the Bible differently than, say, a lesbian woman of a different ethnicity who lives up in the Northwest and is committed to a pantheistic worldview way of thinking. I think we probably read the Bible differently. Now, having said that, does that mean that we cannot communicate across our differences? No, it does not. Does it mean that I cannot share with her the gospel and the Holy Spirit take that gospel message and convert her so that her worldview is turned upside down on its head, acknowledging that I could never change her mind or her way of thinking, but the Holy Spirit certainly can.
Right.
Now, I've been teaching that for over 30 years. We weren't talking about critical race theory or intersectionality 30 years ago. What I was trying to help my students understand is even though I come to the Bible with all of those presuppositions, because I am aware of them, I can be more self-critical. And I can ask questions about, is my bias causing me to read the Bible in a way that is not actually true to the divinely, authorally intended meaning that is deposited there by the Holy Spirit. Now, none of that has anything to do with critical theory or intersectionality or cultural Marxism. It simply has to do with a recognition that when it comes to the interpretive process, yes, there's an author, yes, there's a text, and there's also a reader, and readers do come to the text with certain ways of already thinking that hopefully they can be self-critical. And that's one of the reasons why, Griffin, the Bible, though I do believe strongly in the doctrine of the priesthood of the believer, God did not intend for the Bible to be read in isolation. God intended for the Bible to be read within a believing community that can function as a check and balance among the community of faith so that we do together read the Bible more rightly and more correctly, which is why, again, I think we do better when we sit down to read the Bible and we have brothers and sisters coming from all different ethnicities, all different socioeconomic standings, because they're going to have insights into this infallible, inerrant text that I, for example, will miss simply because of who I am, where I've lived, where I was born, what I've studied, and who I'm influenced by.
Right. And those same...
Again, I think we do better when we sit down to read the Bible and we have brothers and sisters coming from all different ethnicities, all different socioeconomic standings, because they're going to have insights into this infallible, inerrant text that I, for example, will miss simply because of who I am, where I've lived, where I was born, what I've studied, and who I'm influenced by.
Right.